Welcome back to the Hoedown Showdown. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we're sitting here with Andrea Vasquez talking about her new album that is out now. How's it going today, Andrea?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing wonderful. It's a cool day after all this oppressive heat. I'm very happy today. So
It's the same here in Nashville. I'm pretty happy about the weather as well.
nice, nice. But excited to have you on. Excited to chat, all that fun stuff. We had you on our podcast back early pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. Uh,
Yep. We,
I don't
yeah,
remember what year because of that. Those like 2 or 3 years were just kind of like a weird blur of
they all
things.
blended
But
into one.
yeah, but excited to have you back and catch up and all that stuff. And it looks like you've been staying busy. So
Yeah, thank you for having me back.
yeah, for sure. So you've got a new album out. As we're recording this, you had the release party last night. How'd the
Yep.
release party go?
The release party was awesome. It was myself and my bandmates and all of our close friends and family and some ministry and just everybody came together. We were really excited about the turnout. We filled up Anzi Blue. It's a venue in Hillsborough Village for anybody in Nashville that's listening. We played through the whole album and got to kind of tell a little bit of stories about the writing process and everything. So it was honestly just a really fun time with some drinks afterwards, and it was a good hang.
Nice. That's really cool. Nashville's always good for a good hang, especially when it comes to an
It
album
really is.
release. Um, so with the album, what kind of fill people in? What's the story of the album? It's The Bed You Made is the name of it, correct?
The bed you made, yes. So some of some of the listeners are going to be recognizing some of these songs that were released as singles throughout the years, but they all tell a complete story, especially coming back from you, like you said, the pandemic. Coming back from all of that, it just kind of gives them a new life, a new meaning, and it tells a story start to finish. It's kind of about the bed you made is, clearly a story about heartbreak, cheating, betrayal, and it kind of walks you through the entire grieving process per se. So I did some kind of fun visualizers where you're talking about the angry stage, the I don't care stage, the really sad stage, the more vulnerable parts of all of that. So it's really cool, and the album really leads off on a positive note, and it kind of leads into the new chapter of what we're working on even now.
Nice, nice. Is how long have you been working on the album? How long has it kind of been, at least in the process of an album?
I would say really, really the last year or two,
Okay.
the last 18 months. We'll go with that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And when you said that this is kind of kicking off the new chapter of what you're doing, is what do you kind of mean by that? Is it like a new sound or just kind of solidifying your sound? What do you kind of mean by that?
I think just kind of a mix of both. I mean, obviously, I'm growing up, I'm maturing every day. I'm kind of tapping into more things that I'm excited about. And I feel like, I love this album so much. And it's going to give you a taste of kind of even the things that, I've been writing and recording now, which has just been so much fun to do as well. I'm always thinking about the next step. But yeah, it's just, I'm excited. I get to collaborate with a lot of my really close friends, and a lot of them are writers on some of these songs, and they're going to be coming up a lot more, and even future singles that I'm going to be putting out. So it's just going to be exciting for everybody.
Nice, nice. Now that you're kind of, I don't want to say at the tail end of this project because it's out, you've still got a whole bunch of promo and stuff,
Yeah.
but now like the nitty gritty of the release show, making sure everything sounds right. What's kind of running through your mind right now?
I feel definitely a lot more relaxed about it. Well, I don't know about relaxed about it, if that's the accurate word, but I mean, especially putting on a big event, that's always like such a big task, just making
Mhm.
sure everything goes well. And I mean, that went so well that it just kind of eased me into release week and everything. So that was really awesome.
Gotcha, gotcha. And you said this has been in the works for about 18 months. And as you said that, that makes sense because I think we had you on at the beginning of last year. Shows how fried my brain is these days. I was sitting there, I was like, no, it hasn't. It's been within the last at least 2 years, and
Yes.
and I think when we were talking, you were talking about at least offline, you were talking about the early stages of trying to work on something, and so
Hmm.
it's just kind of funny how it all comes full circle.
Yeah, and it's funny because the people don't always realize that when you're planning something like a release, you're doing this months and months ahead.
Mhm.
So, first like we're doing in the spring, and then the spring comes and I'm like, shoot, give me till the summer. And I'm like, okay, okay, September, I'll get it together. So, it's all just a process.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Fair enough. And so you're originally from California. How long have you been in Nashville again?
I've been in Nashville for 6 years, a little over 6 years. I love it. It feels like home. It is oddly enough a mini LA in its own ways.
Right, right, right. I just had a conversation with my boss. I've lived here in Texas for about next month will be 4 years. And I'm like,
Well,
so how long do I have to live here before I can just claim Texas as home? Like, you know,
right.
it's just one of those things where it's like I've been here. This is the longest I've stayed any in like one location, other than like growing up and all that stuff. But it's just like
Yeah,
I don't know, something about this place.
very
So,
cool.
but so with the album out, obviously, you just did your, or as we're recording this, you just wrapped up your album release show. What's your show schedule looking like? Are you playing consistently, or what's kind of the strategy there?
Yeah, I have a lot of shows actually more locally here in Nashville. Between, I mean, we're in September here
Mm,
until October. I'm pretty busy.
yeah,
I'm taking some time to vacation next month, so that's
nice,
much needed.
nice.
And then we are planning kind of festivals and even more touring. So you'll have to just stay tuned for that.
Awesome, awesome. Festivals are always fun.
Yeah.
Um, so kind of looking at all that, obviously staying very busy and all that. When you need to kind of decompress, what are you doing lately to just kind of step back from all the craziness that is the music business?
I feel like we don't do this enough, and I don't even do this enough, but it's like putting your phone on the other side of the room and just like watching TV and
Yeah.
just getting away for just a second, or cooking dinner, or just little things like that where I don't really have to use my brain is kind of what I've been valuing lately.
Awesome. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, I'm going to try that this weekend where it's like, I'm going to just kind of hide the phone, tell my
Yeah,
dad, don't worry about me. I'm good, but I just need to
just leave me
disconnect.
alone for like 2 hours. That's
Yeah.
it. Just
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
me 2 hours.
Well, I was thinking a lot longer than 2 hours, but
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where it's like, all this like needing to be on social media to promote live and amplified. Oh, I got a show coming up. Oh, I got this coming up. And it's like sometimes I just need to take the weekend to disconnect. And I think that's going to be this weekend. So
I feel that big time.
yeah, for sure, for sure. But so moving forward, if anybody wants to check out the album, any of your other music shows, interact with you on social, where's the best place for them to find you?
I'm the most active definitely on my Instagram or TikTok, but through my Instagram, you could get to my link tree and you could find all my social media links. But my Instagram's at Drea Vasquez. And yeah, you can stream the album all on your favorite streaming platforms. It's of course Andrea Vasquez. So go and stream it. Let me know what your favorite songs are. Add them all to your playlist. Do all the things. Share them with your friends. I'm just excited to hear everybody's reaction.
Nice, nice. So I'm going to ask you a very difficult question.
Okay.
Off of this new album, what is your favorite song to perform live?
That's a hard one. To perform live, I really like Never Into Me. It's just fun.
Hmm,
And we do a really cool little, for my 90s people, Justin Timberlake mashup that
nice.
people may recognize. And
Hmm,
I feel like it's just kind of like where the band gets to jam out. And it's just a fun song in general. So I think I noticed that yesterday. I was like, this one's a good time.
nice. That's really cool. And it kind of that doing that show yesterday or the album release show, I'm sure just kind of solidified everything for you. It's like, okay, all this work and kind of everybody getting to hear the project from beginning to completion. You got to play the songs you like, and you just got to tell your entire story from beginning to end. And that's what it was.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, especially as an independent artist, it's like little things like this where it's like, whoa, I was able to really do that.
Yeah,
So it's just little wins like that that just make it more special.
for sure, for sure. But Andrea, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute blast chatting with you. Anytime you want to come back on, feel free to reach out. Would love to have you. And
Sounds great.
thank you everybody for hanging in there with us. We will be right back after this musical break.